The Jakarta press room buzzed with anticipation, a low hum of voices filling the air as journalists jostled for position. Most expected a routine update, perhaps another policy statement or minor announcement. But on November 11, 2025, the ordinary gave way to the extraordinary. Everything changed in a single moment. The lights dimmed, casting long shadows across the room. Indonesian Defense Minister Prabowo Subianto stepped to the podium, his expression unreadable, the weight of history on his shoulders. Cameras flashed in rapid succession as he delivered a stunning announcement. Indonesia had finalized a deal for a new fleet of advanced fighter jets, a move no one had predicted. The supplier? Not the US, not France, China. The room fell silent, then erupted in whispers. 60 J-10C vigorous Dragon jets, worth a staggering $9 billion, would soon be flying under the Indonesian flag. The room erupted in disbelief. Seasoned correspondents scrambled to rewrite their questions, realizing the magnitude of what had just unfolded. This was more than a procurement. It was a geopolitical earthquake, sending shockwaves through capitals around the world. For decades, Indonesia had carefully balanced East and West. Now, it was making a bold, unmistakable pivot toward a new future. Phones rang off the hook as the news flashed worldwide. Jakarta was making a power move that would not go unnoticed. What did this mean for the Indo-Pacific balance? How would the US and its allies react to this unexpected shift? The minister offered few details, but the message was unmistakable. Indonesia was stepping onto the world stage with new confidence. Indonesia was charting a new, independent course in defense and foreign policy, determined to shape its own destiny. The world watched, transfixed, as Southeast Asia's largest economy defied expectations and rewrote the rules. This was a signal. Indonesia would no longer be bound by old alliances or past limitations. The shock quickly turned to a frenzy as the implications sank in, with journalists racing to break the story. A new era in regional power dynamics had just begun, and the world would never be the same. The deal is staggering. 60 J-10C fighter jets, valued at $9 billion. More than a purchase, it's a partnership. China will transfer technology, help build local maintenance facilities, and train Indonesian crews. This means Indonesia can service its fleet domestically, reducing foreign dependence. The first squadron arrives by late 2027, an aggressive timeline. Financing is creative, long-term, low-interest Chinese loans, plus a commodity barter system using palm oil and coal. Western bidders couldn't match these terms. The package is tailored for Indonesia's needs: rapid delivery, economic benefits, and industrial growth. It's a complete, strategic package. For Indonesia, this is a leap forward in both defense and self-reliance. Indonesia's foreign policy has long been about balance, never leaning too far east or west, always seeking to maintain its independence and flexibility on the global stage. This philosophy was clearly reflected in its Air Force, which for decades operated a diverse mix of American, Russian, British, and Korean jets, symbolizing Jakarta's commitment to strategic neutrality. But the recent J-10C deal with China marks a dramatic shift, a massive commitment to a single supplier, signaling a new era in Indonesia's defense procurement. While Rafale jets from France are still on order and will soon join the fleet, the Chinese J-10Cs are set to form the backbone of Indonesia's future air power, reshaping its military landscape. Years of frustration with Western political strings, sanctions, embargoes, and constant lectures have pushed Jakarta to seek a partner offering more reliable, unconditional support. China's promise of no political interference is a powerful draw, offering Indonesia the freedom to pursue its own interests without external pressure. This is more than simple diversification. It's a realignment of Indonesia's strategic priorities and a clear signal to the world that it is charting its own course. By leveraging China's rise, Indonesia is not just modernizing its military, it's sending a strong message to the West that its partnership is no longer guaranteed or unconditional. It's a bold assertion of autonomy in a rapidly changing, multipolar world, and a reminder that Indonesia will decide its own destiny. Indonesia's Air Force was a logistical maze, jets from everywhere, spare parts from nowhere. Each aircraft type needed unique parts, tools and training, driving up costs and grounding planes for months. Political tensions made things worse. Embargoes from the West left fleets unflyable. The memory of being grounded by foreign politics still haunts Indonesia's defense leaders. The J-10C deal is a direct response. Standardize the fleet, streamline logistics, and build local capacity. Technology transfer and local production break the cycle of dependency. It's a strategic move to ensure Indonesia's Air Force is never again held hostage by foreign suppliers. The goal, a self-reliant, resilient military for the future. China's offer outmatched the West on every front. The price was right, far cheaper than Western jets with more included. Technology transfer was real, not just talk. Local facilities, co-production, and jobs for Indonesians. Speed mattered. China promised rapid delivery, no political strings, and no bureaucratic delays. The J-10C's capabilities, advanced radar, avionics, and weaponry fit Indonesia's needs. Western offers were expensive, slow, and conditional. China's was comprehensive, a product, a partnership, and a path to industrial growth. For Indonesia, it was the right tool, at the right price, with the right terms. The decision was clear. The world watched closely, expecting Indonesia to pick a side between the powerful Western giants, each eager to expand their influence in Southeast Asia. The U.S. put forward the F-16 Block 70, an aircraft known for its reliability and familiarity to allies, but it came with a hefty price tag and a reputation for slow, bureaucratic delivery schedules. France's Rafale was even more advanced, boasting cutting-edge technology, but it was also significantly more expensive, making it a tough sell for a developing nation. Both Western offers came with political strings attached, limited technology transfer, and little room for Indonesia to grow its own capabilities. Then China changed the game, offering not just lower costs per jet, but also flexible custom financing, deep technology transfer, and the promise of rapid delivery. The Chinese proposal wasn't just transactional, it was truly transformational, promising a long-term partnership. While the West offered a finished product, China offered to help Indonesia build an entire aerospace industry from the ground up. For Indonesia, eager to modernize its military and assert its independence on the world stage, the choice became increasingly clear. Western bids failed to address Indonesia's broader ambitions for self-reliance and regional leadership. China's package promised not just military modernization, but also economic growth, new jobs, and greater strategic autonomy for Indonesia. The West's offers were constrained by internal politics, export controls, and a reluctance to share sensitive technology. China's approach, in contrast, was built on mutual interests and a vision for shared progress. Indonesia's decision didn't just secure new jets, it redefined the region's power dynamics and signaled a new era in Southeast Asian geopolitics. The announcement sent shockwaves worldwide. In Washington, officials saw a major setback for U.S. influence in the Indo-Pacific. Paris was frustrated. The Rafale deal now overshadowed. Australia grew anxious, worried about Chinese influence just across the Timor Sea. ASEAN nations reacted with caution, some wary, others admiring Indonesia's boldness. The deal forced a strategic rethink in capitals from Canberra to Tokyo. Jakarta's move was a masterclass in pragmatic diplomacy. Indonesia's choice brings big opportunities and big risks. The Air Force will modernize fast, boosting deterrence and operational efficiency. Technology transfer could jumpstart Indonesia's defense industry and create jobs. The barter system boosts exports and eases budget strain. But dependency on China for parts and support is a real risk. Integrating Chinese jets with Western and Russian platforms will be complex. Diplomatic fallout with the West is inevitable. Indonesia is betting it can manage these tensions and prove this is a pragmatic, not political move. It's a high-stakes gamble for the nation's future. The J-10C deal is more than a contract. It's a declaration of sovereignty. Indonesia is breaking free from the old world order, showing emerging powers have real choices. The deal will reshape the Indo-Pacific's security landscape, forcing global powers to reassess. It could spark an arms race or create a more stable balance. Time will tell. Indonesia must now integrate new technology, manage diplomatic fallout, and avoid over-reliance on China. Success will require technical skill and diplomatic finesse. This is Indonesia's defining moment, a bold step onto the world stage, determined to shape its own destiny. The world is watching as Indonesia forges its own path.